All right, friends, it's T-Man, and I'm back, Budoski, with a new video. I'm JasonBlaha. See what JasonBlaha has to say this morning, bro. The Lifting Gym Diet Slave says seed oils are not unhealthy based on the evidence, but they are empty calories. So they're not unhealthy, but based on the evidence, they are empty calories. Really? Let's hear what he has to say here.
Hey everybody, it's JasonBlaha here, and today I thought I would sit down and do a video for you guys and gals. Let me get a sip of my water first.
Let's just see if they're unhealthy.
My radio voice going, and let's talk about this. All right. On this topic of seed oils, for some reason, all the really kooky keto and carnivore people think I'm pro seed oil. No, I'm just really anti-butter. Okay, and we need to be clear on that. Evidence-based, if we follow the evidence, we know that saturated fat is not particularly good for us as a species. It's not. Again, the data is extremely strong for this if you bother to dig into it. The data that seed oils are bad for you doesn't exist. So really on a calorie for calorie basis, yes.
Did he just say that the stuff on seed oils doesn't exist? Oh, that's really interesting. Let's go see if it doesn't exist.
Okay, how are we doing tonight, friends? We're going to talk all about linoleic acid and industrial seed oils. Welcome back to another Metabolic Monday. We are live. Hopefully you can...
So let's see what the evidence says, because he says there's no evidence.
Hear me okay? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below if you can hear me. Just want to pop into the chat. We are going to dive into a topic that I think is incredibly fascinating. When I was doing some research last night, finding out that linoleic acid that is largely getting into your body by way of industrial seed oils, including canola oil, sunflower oil, corn oil, soy oil.
Listen to what he says, industrial oils. People are eating industrial oils. They're marketing it to you as food. That must be healthy. Yummy, yummy.
Half-life in your adipocytes is some 600 days, my friends. And here is the problem. We're going to dive into this. The real problem here is that I'm not trying to be fear-mongering, but I strongly suspect that so many people are over-consuming seed oils without knowing it. I was at the grocery store last night, and I was actually just looking at a new oat milk that was being promoted heavily and so forth. And oat milk has canola oil. So if you have an oat milk latte with a muffin made with canola oil or vegetable oil, then you go out to lunch and you have a boneless chicken salad with canola oil dressing. Then maybe for dinner, you go out to dinner and you have some fried chicken or fish sticks or some such. I'm speaking of children and people who are not eating the things that you're eating. So many people are getting just inundated with linoleic acid that is highly susceptible to becoming oxidized. Now, if we look here at the tissue supply of linoleic acid within fat cells, it has dramatically increased over the last several decades. Now, this is just incredible because, as I mentioned, and as we're going to talk about tonight, the propensity of these seed oils to become oxidized and modified and to create downstream metabolic products that initiate inflammation and oxidative stress is highly probable that many people are experiencing a lot of adipocyte or fat cell inflammation. And the problem is it's really hard for these linoleic acid metabolites to, the half-life is so long in the fat cell, you start to see why so many people are chronically inflamed, have knee pain, low back pain, arthritic pain, memory issues, migraines, obesity, diabetes. The list goes on, and I don't want to be fear-mongering. I know there's a lot of resources about seed oil.
Wow, there's no evidence, he said out there, Blaha. Interesting. Let's see what else is... There's no evidence. Let's see what else. Oh, Toxic Episode 2. Are seed oils causing the disease of civilization? Oh, interesting. Yes, okay. Oh, seed oils make your fat cells sick. Okay, Seed oils rank the most dangerous of the best. Never eat. Oh, canola oil, toxic, bad for your health. Oh, seed oils. When bad isn't bad enough, okay. The ultimate human seed oils, 38. They're destroying your health. They're destroying your health. Don't do this. Vegetable seed oils. There's no evidence out there, man. Okay. Whoa, seed oils are inflammatory. The evidence no one shows you. The evidence that nobody shows you. Man, you gotta love Jason Blaha. He's so...
Oils are bad for you doesn't exist. So really on a calorie for calorie basis, yes, technically seed oils are better than animal source fat for the most part in terms of your health.
See? Seed oils are most healthy for you than animal fat because they're toxic. The more toxic they are, the more they destroy the shit out of you, the more Blaha says they're healthy for you. Get broski, yeah, man. Everything that is deemed bad, but by Blaha, everything, it's all deemed good. Lift a heavy weight, right? It's very healthy for you. Even lifting a heavy weight destroys your body over time. It's going to destroy the shit out of you when you get to a certain age, especially when you hit 50. You're really going to start to feel it at 50, bro. 51, that's going to start clicking into. All these weird things that this guy does, chronic lifting, heavy lifting, all these things, they're just so unnatural. Seed oils, tofu, spaghetti, sarcopenia, everything he's suffering from. It's all healthy though, bro. It's all healthy. Yeah, of course it is. Sure. Yeah.
Data is showing this very strongly.
Yes, the data is showing this very strongly that even though the data shows that animal fat is healthy for you, cholesterol is healthy for you and everything, that's what the data is showing right now. And seed oils are bad for you. But according to Blaha, right? Blaha, the Blaha brain, seed oils are healthy and animal fat is unhealthy. Your natural food is unhealthy, but unnatural food, man-made, is so healthy for you. Yes, doing these unnatural things like fucking deforestation of the land to create fucking stupid ass farms, which you don't need. You don't need them. You need animals. Is healthy for you. Destroying the environment, spraying chemicals, destroying the water system and everything else, and plastics and microplastics in your body. This is healthy for you.
Doesn't mean I support that people eat them. I think they have a very niche role, and this is a problem when these topics come up. I've had people say, well, you talk about saturated fat and refined sugar, but in my particular country or whatever, obesity is going up, but those haven't really gone up, but people are frying more food in oils, and these different points that people make, but it's still the issue of, a lot of empty calories.
I have a friend that was frying all this shit in oil, and guess what happened to him? Shortly after, I said, this looks unhealthy, this is bad. He got cancer in 2 places, and he died rapidly from doing that shit. See, this is what happens.
Lay your problem, and this is my problem with the seed oils. I don't think they're unhealthy.
I like the word that he uses. I don't think they're unhealthy. Well, Blaha, you know what you should do? You should buy like one of these things where they fry potatoes and everything in there, your chicken, your French fries, your tofu and everything, and just deep fry it in all that seed oil. And do it every day. Deep fry your eggs and fucking, your potato chips and everything in that seed oil because it's so healthy for you, Blaha. Yeah, just keep frying in there. Just keep frying your shit in there. Need it.
As fats go, they're refined. That's the problem. All the good stuff, not all of it. I'm sorry, let me read.
What's that word you just used? Refined? That sounds very unnatural.
Phrase that. A lot of the good stuff has been removed in the process to make it, and oil.
A lot of the good stuff's been removed to make it? What good stuff?
Do we see the problem here? Why are we drinking a bunch of...
What's the problem here? What's the problem?
Oil calories. Why are we adding a bunch of fat to our diet? It's just one of the reasons I tell people, besides because it's...
Why are we adding fat to our diet? Because And you mean animal fat or seed oils? you, if you're eating your natural diet, there's absolutely nothing wrong with eating the animal fat that's on the meat. That's what sustains you. That's what gives you energy. It makes you super goddamn healthy, bro, out of this world. Like I'm talking out of this world, bro.
Saturated being even worse. Why?
The more taurine you get in your diet from meat, the more you feel like a fucking Superman, bro. You got fucking hard-ons through the roof, bro. The chicks are loving you and this and that, bro. You start looking superly handsome. You start looking more and more handsome like your old self again. Meat is anti-aging. It's not deficient in any nutrients. And the fat, even more, because all the fat has all the good stuff in it. Butter is got vitamin D in there. Yeah, did you know that? And trace elements, bro, of vitamins. Yeah, I know. But, you know, it's unhealthy for you because according to Blaha's fake data, oh, he thinks, I forgot. Blaha thinks. Yeah, when you start thinking, bro, watch out when he starts thinking.
Telling people not to add a bunch of butter to your food. It's low nutritional value calories.
See, it's low nutritional value calories. Oh, adding butter to your diet, even though it's high in vitamin D, which you need because that's one of the basics. People get heart problems and things, and they're dying because they don't get enough vitamin D. I have a feeling my friend got weak and got really sick because it was wintertime, and that's why he was sleeping, and then he wouldn't get up, and he died. Had he got some vitamin D, he probably would have survived. I don't know.
Okay, most of the nutrients have been stripped from the butter. It has. Not subject to...
Most of the nutrients have been stripped from the butter? There's nothing been stripped in the butter. What are you talking about? It's churned. Hello? It's churned. It's not stripped. I think his brain needs reprogramming. He's thinking too much. That's the problem. His head's about to explode.
Debate. We can look at the numbers. You can see it yourself. Most of the valuable stuff in milk that makes milk good has been removed. In fact, when you pull the...
Look, let me tell you something, man. Everything Blaha says, just do the reverse of that. That which he tells you that isn't unhealthy, do it. If he says lift a heavy weight, don't do it. Anything he says, just do the opposite of all the things he does and you'll be successful. He's so unsuccessful.
Heavy cream milk is possibly even better for you because it's in leaner and still it has a higher concentration.
Your milk is pasteurized. It's filled with exosomes. I have a section I put in my community section about it. When you drink those as an adult and you get those exosomes from the milk, you're running into huge problems, man. Believe me. I'm not saying you can't get away with drinking maybe a little bit of milk here and there. I'm not sure. But it's filled with exosomes, and you don't want those exosomes from pasteurized milk. You could eat raw, you could drink raw milk, but again, you don't need milk. You're an adult. You're not a baby. All baby animals, they don't drink milk anymore when they grow up. You understand me? The only ones that keep doing it are humans. They're crazy. They'll eat anything. They're like children, humans. They'll put anything in their mouth. My daughter, I remember my first daughter, my first kid, she would put everything in her mouth. The dog pellets, she'd run around. She'd put like broken pieces of like, I don't know what it was, brick. And then she'd show me and smile. She put toilet paper in her mouth. She would put magazine paper in her mouth and run around and smile at me. She put everything in her mouth because she's a human. And humans have a tendency of putting anything in their mouth because they like to taste things. They're tasting. They're exploring. They're exploring and tasting. You understand me? Yeah, this is insanity. That's Blaha for you.
On a calorie basis of all the good stuff
But of course, as a child, you grow up, you don't just put anything in your mouth anymore. But Blaha, he'll put anything in it.
want the protein, the calcium, the magnesium, the B12, all that stuff, it all gets stripped out of the butter. Okay?
No, it's not stripped. It's not stripped. He's lying to you. He's stupid. He's full of shit.
So when we're talking with seed oils, we're kind of running into the same problem. We have an obesity crisis. Most of us are not struggling to get enough food to gain weight. Why are we adding a liquid fat that has been stripped of some of its nutritional content to our diet with the seed oils? That's the problem. There again, I want to be clear. I don't think they're actually...
Man, wow, this guy really, he just fabricates all this stuff. I think he has nothing better to do. He just wants to destroy all you guys because he's jealous because he's destroyed himself and he keeps doing it. So he just loves destroying people. He knows you're watching and he's like trying to promote this. He's not trying to promote real health and trying to help you. That's the truth. Blaha is out to destroy all you because he's angry. He has anger issues. He's upset. He's jealous of your success. And he's very unsuccessful. People that are unsuccessful are the worst people to hang around. They will destroy the shit out of you, bro.
Actually unhealthy. There is no real evidence to suggest that they are. We need to be clear on that. Generally, when you look at most of the modern studies in the metabolic ward, health markers improve, insulin sensitivity improve, lipid profiles improve when you replace saturated fat even with seed oils. Okay, the data supports.
Absolutely not. The data does not support it. I can prove it.
This. That being said, let's come back over to my point. We don't need a lot of fat for optimal health or functions as a species. We don't have to.
Yes, we do. Look, man, I've done plenty of research on this, even in NCBI PubMed, and mitochondria run the best on animal fat. They don't run good on seed oils or sugar. That destroys them, degrades them over time. They're like batteries. They're what keep you alive. Let's just put it this way. Mitochondria are like batteries. If you want them to run like a Duracell battery as opposed to like, I don't know, Panasonic or whatever that's out there, then you want to eat animal fat. And it doesn't take long for your body to readjust back to eating animal fat. I have so much energy in the gym. I'm not on any carbohydrates. I eat meat and seafood, a lot of seafood and meat. And seafood's kind of fatty. It's got fat in it, got good fats. And so the more I eat of these type of foods, the fatty seafood, the meat and the fat in the meat, the better I perform in the gym. I find I perform even better than I would be on carbohydrates, and especially as an older person. It's really going to destroy you as an older person. You cannot eat carbs and sugar and these seed oils anymore as an older person. You'll be diminished. Your body is not going to repair it. It's just not. It's not going to clean it out.
Have that much of it in our diet. I would generally advocate most people eat.
If you destroy your mitochondria, you destroy you. You get destroyed.
Leaner diets, and if they're going to add fat to their diet, I would like to see it in more whole foods, polyunsaturated fat form. That's usually going to be, I could say fish, yeah. So fish, but again,
Polyunsaturated. Oh, I could say fish. He could say fish. Man, this guy's so unnaturally unhealthy. He doesn't even know what's natural, what's fake, real, this, that.
you could argue ALA versus EPA and DHA, whole separate argument. Okay, fish, nut.
He's like he loves to mix up the fake world with the real world, the natural world with the unnatural world. He wants to promote that natural is bad and unnatural is great for you, bro.
Seeds. See, again, I would rather people eat seeds and nuts than eat the seed oils.
Yeah, he wants you to eat seeds and nuts than the seed oils. Seeds and nuts, that's not for consumption, bro. Think about it. Nuts are seeds, and these other seeds are seeds, right? They're for plants. They grow. They drop their seeds and they grow. Why would you eat seeds? They're protected. They have a protection. They have an outer layer, I know, you're going to crush them and smash them down so that they're edible. Is that it? Or bake them or do some weird stuff to them and start choking them down. They're filled with toxins. That's how they protect themselves. The seeds, they have to protect themselves, their DNA and whatever, so that they can grow. They don't want certain animals to eat them or whatever, start eating them. So when their fellow animals try to eat a seed or something, and they see that they get sick, they don't eat those seeds. They run away. Get it? But humans, they're crazy. They'll keep doing it to the point where it'll kill you. they're starting to eat handfuls of fucking almonds. They're toxic. The more you eat of it, the more toxicity, the more sick you're going to get. That diarrhea you're getting is a sign, bro. The bloating, the diarrhea, the inflammation. It's telling you, hello.
Why? We have all these valuable nutrients. We have all this fiber. They do contribute to your protein, all the things like magnesium.
Fiber contributes to your protein? Fiber is not protein, it's fiber. What are you talking about? It's none of these things, man. This guy's crazy.
Magnesium, selenium. There's a lot of really good stuff in these foods that we have stripped out.
There's a lot of good stuff in these toxic plants, which are anti-nutrient because of the toxicity. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff in there, but we've stripped it out, yes, okay?
To get this oil. And that's my point.
We've stripped it out to get this oil, and
People are, the only reason to add more fat to your diet as a general rule is when you need to gain weight and you're struggling to gain weight. Now,
what? Add fat in your diet to gain weight? The reason why I eat animal fat is it because it'll burn it as energy and it won't store as fat. You don't get fat, you get leaner eating animal fat. What's he talking about? He's so unhealthy.
many third world countries, you see where we're going, that can be a benefit. We can make the case in many third world countries, even some extra animal fat, because they may be emaciated, right? All right, so then...
Anything that you do unnatural, like fry your potatoes and anything in tallow and animal fat, is going to taste amazing. But when you fry your meat and everything in seed oils, it tastes putrid, tastes like garbage, tastes like shit. I fry everything in butter. My fish, my meat, everything in butter. It's so tasty, yummy, delicious.
In the fitness world, we would have lifters add fat to their diet if they're struggling to bulk. I would rather see them add carbohydrate or protein, personally. If I have someone who really wants to get leaner while gaining, I would...
Carbohydrate or protein? Carbohydrate is unnatural. It's unnatural.
Really, I would have them force feed protein, a lean protein. But if they're trying to just lean bulk, I wouldn't overfeed.
What kind of protein, Blaha? Fake protein or real protein?
Protein at all. I would have them eat more whole food carbohydrate. Carbs, carbs, carbs. Okay?
See, whole foods, carbs, bro, so he can destroy the shit out of you. Better than the last time. Harder and faster than the last time.
We don't even need a lot of animal products to do this, if any, to actually do it.
We don't need animal products? Wow, we don't need natural food anymore, see?
With none. And get really good lean gains. So why would we add fat? We add fat when someone struggles to...
Why would you listen to somebody that's a poor person, eating poor people's food, slave food? This slave is eating slave food, this poor slave. And so he's promoting it to the masses out there, the other slaves. I think he thinks you're all slaves too, so you're part of the slave movement. So he's like, yeah, it's okay, man. It's kind of healthy, guys. Come on, slaves. Come on. You can eat this too, just like me. And you're going to be healthy eating it. Just like me, with no teeth. Like look at his teeth. There's no teeth. I think those front teeth are fake too. He's got fake teeth there in the front, 2 teeth, and a bald head, and a pumpkin head, and this skinny body with his 12-inch arms and that extra small fucking Old Navy shirt.
Gain weight, and they need to gain weight to get bigger.
Okay.
All right, now people would say, so, well, would that be a good place to add the oils? But there are better choices, and that would be my point. Perfect example. What I oftentimes have my hard gainers do is add what? Nut butters, natural peanut butter, almond butter.
Oh, nut butter, almond butters. All these things are extremely bad for you. Holy shit, bro. These are seeds. These seeds, butter, this peanut butter stuff is nasty.
Okay? This is, like, if you really want to get some high quality fat in there.
I could tell you all this stuff is going to destroy you from building muscle. If you eat protein and animal fat, you can build muscle, providing you shoot for a new adaptation. As soon as you get an adaptation, eat a lot of animal protein and animal fat. And guess what? You'll build muscle. But if you don't get the key thing is adaptation, then there's no point. And even if you do and you eat these unnatural foods, you'll lose muscle in the process.
has some valuable nutrition to bring to the table. Think about that. What are we getting there? We're getting all that fiber, magnesium. You're getting other stuff. You're getting a lot of different vitamins. Okay?
No, you're not. They're anti-nutrient plants, and they're gonna destroy the shit out of you. They interfere in the absorption of the animal proteins and fat. The what do you call it? The cellulose in plants. You can't absorb it. It's a known fact, and science tells you that. There's evidence.
Natural peanut butter, natural almond butter.
Natural peanut butter, natural almonds. I don't know if they're natural. They're not. They're being engineered by man. They grow on farms everywhere. Natural. Is that natural? That's a type of unnatural process, isn't it? I don't know where you can find them in the wild, in the forest, when you're a hunter eating animals. But
Right? They don't have a bunch of either refined sugars added, don't have any hydrogenated oils added.
oh, because they're not added. Yeah, but some of the food they mix it in there. They put it all in there like one big concoction. Look at the way you look. You look like a seed oil.
Have a bunch of palm oil added, which is gets saturated. You don't have these things added in. These are phenomenal.
Guys, if you were to compare him with a person that ate a natural diet, big difference. If you put me up against him, and I'm 10 years older than him, if you put me up against Blaha doesn't stand a chance, bro. I got my hair, my skin isn't droopy, my muscles aren't droopy. I'm pretty tight and strong, and I look good. And he is unnatural, crazy, on steroids, lifting weights. He needs steroids to lift a heavy weight, okay? And to maintain whatever he has here on steroids, because he's admitted it, he's on steroids. And he just looks nothing like me. I look way better than him, and I'm not on drugs, okay? I just eat my natural diet.
Ways. I love it. In fact, that is my preferred method. My guys who cannot eat enough to gain weight, man, add peanut butter. It's a healthy, clean, whole food. It's very calorie dense, and it is good fats. That makes more sense to me than, hey, let's fry all my foods. And I don't get that.
Still crazy.
People say, well, how am I supposed to cook all this meat without oils? I don't know why this is a problem. Like, it doesn't register when someone says that to me because I've never used oils to cook meat. I'm 47, I mean, from Texas, guys. I mean, I grew up even barbecuing and...
Yeah, me personally, too. I prefer to barbecue, but if you're not, you do it in butter. See what I mean?
all these things, like, this is not in my mind what I think of as a cooking method. So when people tell me this, well, I have to have it to cook these meat, I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying. I don't know if there's some cultural difference when people bring this up. But
I know the majority of people have barbecues. They barbecue. So that's the truth too. I don't know people that fry much anymore. Maybe people in buildings where they can't have access to, a barbecue. So they have to fry it in these seed oils. That's what they do. That's where the problem comes in. But barbecuing is the best. I mean, if you have to. I mean, most of the stuff you could eat raw, but it's all dependent on you. I don't know.
I'm not even aware of this being a thing. No, you don't. It's not necessary at all. Yeah, I don't get it when people say that. Have you tried just cooking it? So, there's no need for it. And this whole idea of frying foods, well, yes, that's a problem. Yes, that is contributing to disease, obesity, cancer risk, cardiovascular disease, because then we're just adding empty fat calories at that point, right? We're just adding empty fat calories, and that's not necessarily beneficial. That is not good if we want to control obesity, body fat, things like that. That is not a wise choice. And it's not that there's anything particularly wrong with seed oils as far as fats go. They're on the better.
Everything that's wrong with it's toxic, bro. Get it? Because it's from plants. And plants are toxic.
End of the spectrum is just the lack of that so many of the valuable nutrients have been stripped out of the food, and now we're left with more empty fat calories, even if...
What's been stripped from it? What are you talking about? It's toxic. It's anti-nutrient. It's garbage. It's garbage.
They're a healthier type of fat. And again, people talk about oxidization and all that other stuff. That's in industrial fryers. That's not what's happening at your home at the small level. That is not a factor for most people. You're not cooking stuff to high heat and cooking 20 meals in a row in the same fryer. So that whole concern when people bring it up is a non-issue unless you were buying your food at McDonald's. And if you're doing that, you don't care about your health anyway, so just stop. All right, just stop. If that's where you eat, you don't care if you get heart disease and cancer. You don't care. So just quit pretending that you do. All right, so that aside, it's the lack of nutrients. It's the fact that it's just empty fat calories. And so no, from a practical perspective, I don't think it's wise to be adding it to your diet. Like, why would you do that? There are much better nutrition sources if you want to get some extra healthy fats in your diet and you're struggling to get enough calories in. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been
Thank God, man. The unnatural diet, the diet slave. I'll see you in the next one. Touch, think about that, like, subscribe, support the channel. Seed oils. Again, Blaha, promoting very unhealthy diet, bro. Don't listen to him. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.